Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a different one. It's going to be how I think that religion will save the world. And it doesn't have to be one specific religion. It doesn't have to be just Islam or just Christianity or just being Hindi. It's just about having a religion and having rules that you need to follow and live your life by. Now, yes, we have laws and ways of life with different cultures, but nowadays, especially here in the UK, laws are just overlooked. It's only a law if I get caught. It's that people have that kind of mindset towards it. So if you have the external vision of it's not just a law, it's how it will affect me after my life is over, God will see it and he will punish me for it, or he will then decide my outcome later on. So you can choose what you do. God has given you free will, but he's given you that free will to decide and let you decide if you can make the right choices. And then he can judge that and put you in the right position, and put you either heaven or hell when time comes to it. But God will fix the problems, which are just war, just absolute horrible people around the world. Religion could fix that. Because if you have the idea that you are being watched constantly, you have the idea that there is something that needs to be done, and it is, whether you like it or not, it needs to be done. And you getting distracted, you having things pop up, get in your way, is just God testing you to see if you're worthy of the reward. Because if you deal with one problem and then you give up, then you're obviously not worthy of that reward. But if you keep dealing with the problems, you keep pushing them out of the way, getting through to the next one, and you finally complete the task, then God can see that you are worthy of the reward. So try and push yourself to find some sort of religion. Now, I wouldn't say I'm diverting to one religion yet. I am looking at Christianity currently, but that's because that's my heritage. That's what I was brought up on. That's the UK. It's England. So that's what I'm doing. But if you're from somewhere else in the world, from, I don't know, the Middle East, then you'd probably look into Islam or something else. And there's so many different religions out there that you can look into. But if it helps you in a way by giving you a good, strong set of morals and values to the point where you can understand right from wrong, you can look at things with a clear view and you can say, this is wrong, this should not be happening. And you can speak up, not just for yourself, but for everyone else and for their benefit. And now, from reading the Bible and praying every morning, you start to realise that when you ask for growth, you ask for the ability to do better, you get things put in your way. And that's because those challenges that get put in your way, those are the ways that will make you, those are the things that will make you better. That is the way that you get better, by overcoming those challenges, by becoming a stronger person, by becoming more disciplined through having to just ignore the distractions, and getting stronger by lifting more weight, by working harder. And it's all about the challenges that you get put in front of you. You can ask for whatever, but you're not just going to be given more. You're not just going to be given a stronger mind. You're not just going to be given more discipline. You can ask for it, and then you have to work for it. There are 2 steps to this, and I feel like some people don't realise it. They just expect, oh, if I ask God for this, is it just going to happen? No, that's not how it works. God will give you the opportunity to do so. He will give you the opportunity to prove yourself as one of his creations, to prove yourself as the best or getting better, aiming to get better, whatever it is, he will give you that opportunity to prove yourself, whether it be he'll put a distraction in front of you. You're in the middle of work, your phone rings. You start getting notification from that person that you haven't talked to in ages. Now you have the choice. Talk to that person. Maybe it's a girl that you haven't spoken to that you just don't care about, but you had a fling with. Or you can get on with your work and continue on with your work and keep working until you achieve your goal. So you can follow the distraction or keep working. And the next could be going to the gym. Someone sat there in the gym, they're trying to talk to you. You can either talk to them or you can continue with your workout. You can make excuses for why you can't do exercise and why you can't follow a diet. But at the end of the day, those excuses aren't anything. It's just an excuse, because you cannot fathom the idea of being disciplined enough to follow some sort of regime, some sort of strict schedule that you put on yourself. So it has really helped me to have the idea in the back of my head, thinking that God is always watching. So I have to always perform at my best. I have to always perform at the top level so that I can do what I can to my best ability. Now, with God always watching, you have to always push yourself, but then you also have to make the right decisions. And you realise that whenever something comes in the way, it is just a challenge that God has given you. It is something for you to overcome. It is just that. And it can range from anything. It could be bad news about someone you love. It could be something about hard work and something distracting you. It could be absolutely anything. But if you recognise it as what it is, as something that God has put in front of you to try and distract you, or a challenge in front of your way to help you overcome it, to make you that stronger person you've asked to be, then that's what you have to realise. Because once you realise that, it's just everything clicks. You start to realise, so that's why that's happening. That makes sense now, that makes sense. And then when it does happen, you have more of a positive can-do attitude when it comes to difficulties that you have to overcome, things that require discipline and all of that, because you realise that it's merely just a challenge from God for him to see you overcome these challenges and become your best self. That's all that he wants. So I believe that God wants me to be the best version of myself. And I believe he wants that for everyone. So he will give everyone challenges. He will give everyone difficulties. And the only way that you can prove to him that you are the best, you are going to be the best you become, is by consistently overcoming those challenges. Is by just every time one comes up, you recognise it. This was sent by God, and you overcome it. You put the right mindset into it, you figure out the way around it, you do whatever, and there. He'll test you, he'll put you in uncomfortable situations, but if you can hold your own and stay composed, that's when you will start to make the progress. Because if you can hold yourself together when you're under pressure and in a difficult situation, then you can do it easily in any other situation.